Hello and welcome to KCB 205 Professional Communication, Lecture 7, delivered online on oral communication. This lecture will be distributed between 4 parts, 4 videos, and cover professional delivery, including speaking outlines, develop and design a professional presentation, present as a team, and lastly, assessment 2 instructions. But let's start with the first part, professional delivery, including speaking outline instructions. But let's first state the obvious. When it comes to oral presentations, it's all in the prep. I have gathered for you a selection of professional deliveries that I really appreciate, just because they are professional. They range from all different kind of contexts, everything from very personal messages to political messages and festive, celebrative messages. But they all have something in common, and that they are professionally delivered in a very well prepared and rehearsed way. Some people just love giving oral presentations, while others become very anxious and stressed. Studies also show that cognitive orientation has an impact. So if a speaker focuses on the performance, the anxiety level tends to grow, while if the speaker focuses on the communication, the anxiety seems to reduce. To be well prepared is another way of dealing with speaking anxiety, and thinking through each and every step carefully can calm you down and make you feel in control. Areas to think through are to evaluate the situation. Why are you even asked to give this speech? Be aware of that and think through that situation to know what context you are in. Know your audience and their expectations well. Research them. Know exactly who they are and why they are there and what they expect from you. So knowing the situation, know who your audience is. Also have a clear message based on thorough knowledge and research. Know your content. And in KCB 205, for the team assessments, you have the professional communication preparation template and the lectures to help you tailor this message in a good way. Also have a structured content when it comes to the actual oral presentation to make it easier for the audience to follow and understand your presentation. These 2, 3, and 4 don't necessarily have to follow the same structure. Lastly, with your team, identifying any other potential consideration can also make you less anxious and better prepared. And rest assured, you are not alone. Nervousness is normal and sometimes can even be beneficial. Myself, for example, always make a better presentation if I am a little bit nervous and on my toes just before a presentation. As we talked about before, know your audience and your subject and your content. That is the key to handle your anxiety. Also effectively plan and prepare everything from the content, as we just talked about, but also the setting. Know the room, know how the clicker works, know where the chairs are going to position, place the chairs where you want them positioned, and so on and so forth. That will also help you when it comes to lower your stress level in an oral presentation. If identifying the different risks and a solution to each and every of them will help you to decrease your stress, do that. And if you, in any oral presentation situation, have put in all this work, if you have prepared, if you have worked through your content, if you have rehearsed, if you have been creative, be proud on the day. Breathe deeply and stand tall, and be proud of the high quality message that you are going to deliver. There are different purposes of giving an oral presentation, and be aware of why you are giving your oral presentation. It could be entertainment, it could be to inform and convey very objective facts, and it can also be a persuasive message. Know the difference and plan and deliver accordingly. Because different types of oral presentations require different process and methods. The impromptu speech is an unexpected situation where you will have very little time to prepare. This could, for example, include welcomes, introductions, or maybe acknowledgements. The first two approaches refer to writing out a speech in full and then either committing it to memory or reading it out from an actual script. While accepting that some situations require such a controlled message, many, if not all, business speaking opportunities are better suited to an extemporaneous approach. And this is what we encourage, recommend, and expect from your KCB 205 oral presentation. The extemporaneous mode of delivery is still planned and rehearsed, but not committed to memory or read directly from a script. To speak in this mode, you need to have a definite structure and a realistic number of points for the time available. In extemporaneous speaking, we want you to think about language that is engaging and oral-friendly. And that is why we don't want you to be committed to a script, because scripts are written in the past and it's very, very difficult to make a script sound interesting in the present. In KCB 205, this is the delivery mode we want you to aim for in your team oral presentation. This will make it less formal and more conventional, but still very professional. You will also be ready to adapt to any questions or feedback from colleagues after the presentation. To avoid any problems, you will need to spend a lot of time rehearsing this, both on your own and together with your team. When you've planned with an extemporaneous delivery in mind, you will only need prompts or a few headings to help you to deliver each point. Your speaking outline should contain enough information to help you to do just this. This is a structure and a template for your speaking outlines. Remember, if you have a good structure, you will know where you're heading, and this will also make it much, much easier for your audience to follow. You can and should manipulate this template to suit the needs of your talk. So, for example, you might not need as many supporting points as stated in this template, or you might need to develop a particular supporting point further, and therefore have to add additional supporting headlines. As you can see here, speaking outlines are not the same as a written script. And the speaking outline is what we expect you to hand in on the day of the presentation. In your presentation, you will need to have strong linking statements to move from one idea to the next. Signposts help the audience to know where you are and where you're going. So, for example, use the next thing we did was, or perhaps from there we decided to. Transitions are the bridges you built for your listeners. So from one part of your presentation to the next. So that can sound something like, let me explain that further. This brings me back to. Another way of looking at this is. And the internal summaries and previews give the audience an opportunity to look back and skim forward. So use, for example, as I said before, or Anna will elaborate on this later. Never underestimate the power of a pause. My most common feedback during oral presentation is to slow down. Leave a little bit of time, a few seconds, to the audience to actually be able to digest what you've just presented. Okay, again, when it comes to oral presentations, it's all in the prep. Know your audience, know your content, know the purpose, and plan and deliver accordingly. Thank you for taking part of part 1 of this lecture, and good luck with all your future oral presentations.